There's been a lot of demand for advice geared towards teenagers in terms of what they could be doing right now to build their wealth and what they should be doing to set themselves up on a trajectory to making as much money as humanly possible. Sometimes when you're under the age of 18, there's really only so much you could do, and it's so important to understand how to work within those parameters to make the most of it. There's a lot you could do right now with absolutely no risk whatsoever to begin building your wealth and setting yourself up on the right path. So first, before you do anything, just go and read these two books. Number 1 is Think and Grow Rich, and number 2 is How to Win Friends and Influence People. Go finish those and then get back to me. And believe it or not, when I give this advice, almost no one does it. And it's such a shame because I really believe if you want to build your wealth at any age, not just being a teenager, you first need to understand the mindset of someone who is successful. Now, the entire premise of this is really simple. With the book Think and Grow Rich, it just gives you the mental blueprint to achieve anything that you want. And it also breaks down everything successful people do that makes them successful in the first place and everything they each have in common. Not only that, but it shows you how you can manifest anything around you through your thoughts, which then leads to action, which then leads to results. The same thing also applies to the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, except this book focuses on how you can improve the interpersonal relationships in life and business and how to work with people to get them on your side. Because here's the reality. If you want to make a lot of money and build your wealth, you're going to have to learn how to communicate and interact with other people. This book also goes into all of the details about how to make every deal a win-win scenario, how to effectively negotiate, and it's pretty much the Bible when it comes to cultivating friendships, relationships, and business partners. And secondly, if you want to build your wealth as a teenager, then there's really no other way around it. You gotta start making money. After all, you can't be super rich driving around Lambos one day without having any money. I mean, maybe actually you can, according to Vice. But anyway, as long as you don't want to be that guy, then you'll need money. Now, here's what I've seen. When it comes to making money, you're first going to need to figure out how you're going to do it and which direction you're going to take. Now, I get it. It's extremely easy to get overwhelmed because there are so many options out there to make money online fast, best ways 2019 working. And from that, you really have no idea which ones to focus on. Like, do you work part-time and trade stocks? Do you try affiliate marketing? Do you try e-commerce? Do you try real estate? Like, if I were just starting out right now with access to the internet, with YouTube the way it is, I would just be paralyzed with information. Especially when everyone is only promoting their own self-interest because that's what they're good at, that's how they've made money, and they want to pull you in that direction because they have something to sell you. So given that, here's my recommendation. Take some time to learn about different industries, figure out what you want to do and how you intend to make money. Then start studying how to do that without spending a single dime. This part should be entirely free for you to do. Honestly, the only thing you need to know and get really good at is using Google and YouTube. That's it. All you need to do is find the information, learn how to type out your questions on Google, click on websites, and then either read them or watch videos. That means that even if you're 14 years old with zero experience and zero money, as long as you have access to the internet, you're pretty much good to go. So as soon as this video is done, take some time to figure out what you want to do and what you're interested in, and then start researching it. I guarantee there's no shortage of information out there going over anything you could possibly want to do entirely for free, so spend that time to research as much as you can. The third, once you've found an idea or a concept that you really like and find interesting, and then once you've researched it, now it's so important that you actually get some experience doing it. Because here's the thing, reading about something and actually doing it firsthand are two entirely different things. Like, it's one thing to know in theory how something is supposed to work, but most of the time it doesn't translate into actually doing that certain thing well in real life. It's almost like trying to learn how to drive a car through watching a video on someone teaching you how to do that versus actually going and learning firsthand by driving a car. So this is really the step in which you need to start doing what you want to do. Don't wait, just get started. There's no better learning experience than literally just going for it, because I'll tell you, otherwise, there's never going to be the point in which you feel like you're finally ready to do something. And for me, what's really helped is only focusing on the next step and then nothing else. Just focusing on one step at a time makes things extremely manageable and doesn't make you paralyzed with all of these things coming at you that you have no idea how to manage or figure out. So get out there, start getting some experience, and only focusing on the next step. Now, fourth, when it comes to that, sometimes the best experience that you could get is learning from someone who's doing exactly what you want to do. And from my experience, usually the best education you could get is working for someone else entirely for free and just observing what they do. This is what I ended up doing when I first started as a real estate agent. I would work under another highly successful agent and do pretty much anything he wanted me to do just so I can learn. I would send emails for him, I would turn on lights of properties he was showing, I would put up open house signs, I would scan files, anything. I did it all without getting paid, but I knew it would be the best learning experience I could ever get, and it was. I got to see firsthand exactly how a successful real estate agent operates his business, how he speaks on the phone, how he negotiates deals, and that sort of experience is invaluable. Now here's my mentality with this. During the first year that you're trying something new, chances are you're not going to make a lot of money doing it. So you may as well just treat the first year as an opportunity to learn as much as you possibly can, and basically see it as though you're getting a college degree in whatever you want to do. Now, in terms of actually doing this, I first recommend you find someone who's doing exactly what you want to be doing and then reaching out to them and offering to work for free or to help them out in exchange for learning. But don't just message them saying something like, "Hey, I just want to find out how I can add value to you, message me back." Because that says nothing about you, and there's no reason these people should give a chance to a random stranger who just sends them an Instagram DM. But if you could find a way to effectively stand out or message someone who doesn't have a whole bunch of people hitting them up, then I am confident you will find someone who you can work for. And when you're reaching out to someone, really just be as honest as you possibly can about absolutely everything as to why you're interested in learning, why you picked them specifically, what you're doing about it already, and just explain that you want to work for free just in exchange for learning and getting to know the business. It's really as simple as that, and you will get a lot of no's along the way, and people will not get back to you and they won't be interested, but eventually you will get a yes. Now, it's really important when I say this, but I would not wait for someone to say yes to you before you actually just go and get started. Instead, I would do this at the same time as starting on your own and actually just going and doing it. Like if someone wanted to work underneath me, I would be much more likely to give the person a chance who's already out there doing what they want to do than the person who's basically just sat around doing nothing, just waiting for someone to go and give them a chance and teach them what to do. It's so important that you show initiative early on and don't wait for someone to say yes, just go and actually do it. And then at the same time, if someone gives you a chance and you can learn underneath them, then by all means, that's a good idea. So just start doing exactly what you want to do and reach out to other people at the same time who are already doing it and just let it happen organically. But anyway, in this step, you're going to need to get as much experience as possible in doing what you want to do if you're expected to get good at it and therefore expected to make a lot of money doing it. Now, fifth, when it comes to this, I recommend that you try as many things as you possibly can to figure out what you like and what you don't like. I think you'll find really quickly that some of the careers you thought were so cool that you love to do just absolutely suck. I really believe that the more options you give yourself early on, the better the outcome will be. You'll be exposed to so much more, you'll get such a wide variety of experiences, and really from that, you'll be better able to choose the best option that works for you. So anyway, give everything a shot and don't isolate yourself only within one type of job. That's going to increase the likelihood of you finding the right career, doing really well at it, making a lot of money, and building your wealth that much faster. Now, number 6, when you're a teenager, now is the best time to take risks in your business and career and be totally fine in the event it fails and it doesn't do well. Like most likely you could afford to lose absolutely everything, and it's not really that much because probably you don't have a lot to begin with. Plus you're going to have your entire life ahead of you to come back even stronger. For the way I see it, your teenage years are absolutely the best chance at life to have everything to gain and pretty much nothing to lose. Like don't do anything criminal or illegal, because if that's the case, then yes, you maybe have something to lose. But besides that, you could afford to spend some money and your time building up a career or a business, and if it fails and goes to the ground, then it's all good, you have time just to go and start another. And your risk tolerance is going to go down dramatically once you have more financial responsibility. Add in a rent or mortgage payments, car payments, health insurance, food, and everything else, and all of a sudden, you have a minimum income level that you cannot afford to dip below. From my experience, having that type of overhead might hinder your ability to take the risks necessary to grow that business into something massive, because you're concerned in the back of your head to make sure the bills get paid. But as a teenager, hopefully you're living on your parents' dime anyway, so you may as well just use that to your advantage. And make sure to take as much risk now as you can, because it's only going to get more difficult later.